What's up, guys? Zaid here from Tournament City Games, and we have the winner of the case tournament we just hosted. Do you want to introduce yourself and say what you were playing first?
Yeah, so I'm Miguel, and just got first place here at the case Tournament City Games, playing Scareclaw, pure Scareclaw. So yeah.
Have any shout outs or anything before we get in the deck profile?
No one in particular, but shout out all the guys here at Tournament City Games and all the other local shops. Make me a better player. So shout out to all of them. They know who they are.
Hell yeah, let's get into the list.
All right, cool. Let's do it. All right, so we'll start. Obviously, Scareclaw. So you got to play the one Vice Starfrost in this deck. It's pretty cool. There are unique scenarios where you can get around Veiler, you can get around Imperm. And he also facilitates being able to search the field spell twice on your opening turn when you go full combo. So
what do you mean this helps you play around Veiler and Imperm?
So he targets a card you control, pops it, and then summons himself. So if you link one for your link one guy and he gets Impermed or Veiler, you just pop him, summon him back, and then link again because he's a soft once per turn. Yeah, so it helps play through hand traps. Yeah, pretty cool. And then pretty standard Scareclaw lineup. So the 3 level 4s, the right card, he's the best one, obviously. Searches a spell trap, and then it's the engage. Can get an extra draw if you have 3 or more defense position monsters on field. So
that's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and if you normal summon this card, you get the spell search, and then you link one and get the field spell search. So you get 6 cards in your hand just from normal summoning him.
Is it just if you have 3 in defense, or is it if there's any
on field?
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I used to be greedy and go for the extra draw all the time, but just because Droll is so popular right now, if I can normal summon him, I'm just gonna normal summon him and search the trap, to get around Droll. But yeah. So, and then the other guys, these just kind of make sense. 3 of these. Balloon is piercing, Astra is multiple attacks, Acro boosts the attack.
And is that when they're pointing to it or next to it? Or?
No, they just have to be on field. Yeah, and they
is it on field? All of them do it?
Yeah. So Balloon gives the link 3 piercing. Astra gives him multiple attacks for each Scareclaw you have in defense.
Oh.
And then Acro gives him +3 for each Scareclaw.
That's
for
sick.
each defense position monster you control. Yeah.
And all these are also 1-card combo, right?
Yeah, they're all 1-card starters, 1-card extenders. They do everything. That's my favorite part about the deck. You see one of those guys, you can at least start playing, at least try to play. So, yeah, it's sick. And then, if you have 3 of these guys on field, that's 3 attacks. He's at 39 and he's piercing. So, very easy to OTK with these guys. And then just the small Kashtira lineup. Scareclaw Kashtira is obviously a broken card in this deck. It's just so good, and the fact that you can search it off Fenrir and then leave Fenrir on field for another disruption. Just super good. I think these 5 cards right here is what makes the deck playable and competitive right now in the current format.
So those cards are really strong, going second card, but in your deck it's also engine, which
exactly.
is sick.
Yeah, exactly. You get the generic going second, whatever like everyone else does, but then you get it's a starter. And a lot of times you won't open any Scareclaw names. You'll just open Fenrir, you special it, and then you normal search Scareclaw. Normal if you have an Ash or an Ogre, normal that, make Baron, and then Scareclaw banish this from grave, summon, link 1, and then you're playing
full combo
your full Scareclaw combo. Yeah,
that's sick.
And that's happened quite a few times.
With Droll in the format, if you open this and this, are you saving the search till after you go for the field spell, or
because the field spell on its own, if they Droll you, the main point of the field spell is to get the search off the field spell. So if I open this, I'm just gonna go straight for the Scareclaw.
That's true actually, because then if you get Drolled, you didn't have to waste the normal summon, and you can save your resources.
Yeah.
Because adding the field spell, like you said, that you activate it to search, you don't get to search.
Exactly. But if I open this, every time it's special Fenrir, don't search, and then normal right card search. Yeah, play around Droll. So, just a smart way to play at this point. So, got this.
Should I side Droll's out against this deck or in?
Oh no, in. Yeah, Droll hurts this deck. Yeah, it hurts it hard. So, pretty much that's really the only way I can play around Droll is if I open right card and then I normal and search the trap. And then just hope that the trap pop 2 is enough to get me to the next turn. So yeah, Droll and Shifter are the 2 cards I don't want to see. Then for the utility for the Scareclaw engine, just a few cards which I really like. The field spell, obviously, it's searchable, so you only need 2. Because opening it is since you can search it, you can search both of them on the same turn, so it's not really, you don't really want to open it. But if sometimes you open it and then they Veiler, they Imperm your Lightheart, your Link 1, and you got this one in hand. So it's not always bad.
I'd assume it's a worse 1-card starter too, because
it's not a 1-card starter. Yeah, because you can only get 2 bodies off this, whereas any one of these guys will get you 3 bodies at bare minimum. Yeah, so not a 1-card starter on its own, unfortunately. But yeah, so that makes sense. And then the Arrival, super good. It's the targetable Monster Reborn. Not once per turn. That definitely came up today. The second effect is once per turn, has like the branded opening effect engraved. But yeah, really good card. You're pretty much always searching that going second. And then when you go first, you search Twin Saw.
I've never seen this one in my life.
Yeah, Twin Saw is crazy. This is like a custom card. It's Sword Soul Blackout, but it's better because you tribute one of your Scareclaws, any Scareclaw for cost, and then pop 2 cards your opponent controls, obviously. But the second effect from Grave is insane. If you have the Link 3, and you can activate them both on the same turn, you banish this card, and then it skill drains Link monsters for the rest of the turn.
That's nuts.
So this card is just like, you know, that just kills any Link deck. Like, you know, Math Mech, anything like that. Like, this will just completely annihilate it on its own.
And it's even just like good utility against non-link decks, like something like Super Heavy now being in the meta. They're not a link deck. They play a couple links though, and this stopping like
that's stopping Scarecrow.
Yeah,
and that's like a big thing. Yeah,
you could pop. You let them resolve Prodigy, get the scale, so now they've used Prodigy effect. You could pop the guy they scaled and the Prodigy, and then have this engraved to stop the link 1 also. Like that's a lot of value for one card.
It's really, really good. Yeah, and just the fact that like there are times where you get hand trapped and you can't make your Link 3 or Tryheart, and you're kind of just sitting with like 2 Scareclaw bodies and Twin Saw set, and like that's enough to, you know, to get them to pass turn a lot of times.
You just got to stay alive.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to stay alive. Yeah, because you get so much follow-up with this deck. It's insane. You're pretty much like, you know, unless you got hand trapped to death, you're getting tons of follow-up. So if you can make it to your turn, you're good, to your 3rd turn. Yeah, so that's pretty much the whole Scareclaw engine. We'll just go on with some of the utility cards. Pot of Prosperity, this is just for consistency. Obviously, it conflicts with the draw one off right card, but this card's just too good. Like, you know, you go full combo and then use this at the end of your combo, search a hand trap or something, grab a Solemn Judgment, anything like that. It's just so good.
What's your reasoning for 2 and not 3?
I don't have a 3rd one. And I don't, and the deck is super consistent. I don't think it really needs a 3rd one. But I'd say probably the main reason that I don't have a 3rd one. Oh, and the extra deck is so flexible. Like, I summon the Link guys, and like that's it, 90% of my game. So you don't even have to think about the banishes off this, which is super nice. And then, yeah, everybody's favorite part, the hand traps. So
most important part of any deck right now.
3 Droll, 3 Ogre, just really good in the format right now. Kind of help stops all the other good decks. 3 Ash, was thinking about cutting it to 2, but it's just still generically good. You know, you might run into Branded. 2 Veiler and 3 Imperm.
Can I ask a question about the Veilers?
Yeah.
Is there a world where you consider Moonlit?
I would say, I don't know. I just think Veiler's a little bit more versatile, and really like the only scenario I can think where Moonlit is better is if like Branded Fusion or Purley is like summoning in the draw phase,
which is prevalent now because they have to play around the draw though.
Which is prevalent, but yeah, maybe it would. Maybe I should test out Moonlit.
Also, if you are under Shifter or a Rise Heart, this doesn't work. And that does.
It's not dead.
And exactly. With the Fenrir combo you were talking about earlier, how you need a level 3 to summon so you can synchro. It's also a level 3 tuner.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. So you'll see in the extra deck another reason why I like the Veiler. But yeah, I just I just really like it right now. So I'll probably keep playing it. But yeah, if Shifter just becomes super prevalent or something, I might end up cutting it.
How was the Chalice?
Dude, I love Chalice. I was playing 3 Chalice all last format and I loved it. It was one of my favorite cards. And I switched it to 2 because I figured it might not be as good this format, but like I'm kind of missing the 3rd one. Like it's just so good. Like just wait for them, you know, like you just doing your full combo, and whenever they try and disrupt you, just chain Chalice and you're straight. So I really like it. I might even bump that up to the 3rd one again. And then Imperm's Imperm, you know, just same thing as Veiler, but you know, it gets around all the Shifter and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think you know, maybe a couple tweaks here and there, but for the most part, like I would keep this core of hand traps the same.
I like that number a lot. Like if I played the deck, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was 16.
Yeah. I haven't tried Chalice, so I don't know how saucy it is.
Yeah. I like it a lot. It's a really good going second card. Yeah. So I think that's all the hand traps. I'll do the extra deck next. It should be pretty quick. So 2 Lightheart, you're only ever searching 2 field spells. So in my opinion, you don't need more than 2. These guys, you definitely need 3. Even if it wasn't for Kashtira, you need 3 because a lot of times full combo you'll make 2. Because they're both soft once per turns, obviously. So yeah, you sometimes like you'll end search Reichardt. Use Reichardt's effect, and then you'll just make a second Tryheart, and then search a Reichardt for follow-up, or search a Scareclaw, Kashtira, one of the others. But yeah, best card in the deck, obviously. That's like, most of the games you're only using these 5 cards from the extra deck. You don't even need anything else, so.
When you're making 2,
crazy.
does that, like, is that matchup dependent? Because, like, if you have 2, you out kaiju.
Oh, no. So when I say 2, it's you use 1 and you search and then you summon, and then you use this one for the second one. Yeah, so you only ever have 1 on field.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, exactly.
I was going to say, if you somehow put 2 on field, that would play around like a kaiju, but it would play into like a lava golem sphere mode. That
would be. And so in all the level 3s, they're only boosting up if it's in the EMZ. So if there's one in the main zone, yeah, he's basically just a big body and that's it. So yeah, so that's the reasoning for that. Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, exactly. We got that. Link Spider to play through Nibiru, obviously. That makes sense.
Oh, because your guy's special to his own link points too, right?
No, where it comes up is if you get Nibiru and you have like Scareclaw, Kashtira in hand, or you have a rival, plus you just need one of those plus one Scareclaw name, and they give you the token. You link off the token. You summon Scarecash. You summon your third guy, and then you have the Link 3.
Oh,
yeah,
what's the summoning
the Link
condition
3 is
for the
generic.
Scareclaws?
For the extra deck guys?
No, for the main deck ones. Is it? Do you summon it to an adjacent
to an
zone?
adjacent, yeah, adjacent or same column.
I
Yeah,
see.
Yeah. So that works. Yeah.
I'm learning Scareclaw today.
So we got the Link Spider for that reason. Donner, pretty much just needed a generic monster to pop a card on field, and then sometimes like to get your combo going. There's been a couple times where like he pops himself, and now you have space for your Link 1 to get going. And one thing I should say about the Link 1 is it has to be in the EMZ to proc its effect. Some people get a little confused by that. But in any case, we'll move on. Asa, obviously this card's really good in the mirror match, especially against Kashtira. Steal their Fenrir, search a Scareclaw, do your full combo. It's pretty nice.
A lot of super heavy lists play Fenrir also, so you can take their Fenrir.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe even just grab one of their monsters for an extra extender, whatever. Yeah, really good. Phoenix, this is just I just needed something generic to outspell cards. It comes up every now and then, if there's something you really need to get off the board. And one thing that's cool is like every time, and then same with Unicorn, mostly every time you summon these, you're getting the draw because they're co-linked. So
yeah, with Tryhard on board, you're always getting it off the
you're always getting the co-link draw one. So that's pretty cool. And then these guys just kind of like board breakers, right? Going second, Unicorn access code, Underworld Goddess for purely anything problematic. These guys really don't come up that much because you can OTK with like the Scareclaw engine like so easily, anyways. But they're there for when they're needed. And then lastly, just a few sinkers. Yeah, so that's why I like playing Valor in the main deck, because like going second, like it comes up more often than you would think, like because you have your Fenrir or Scareclaw on field. Yeah, so make that guy, and then you target your Tryhard, and you get 3 negates out of it, so it's pretty cool. Baron makes sense, obviously, and then the new card. Definitely won me a game today, Vicious Astrolaud. It's just really cool because like the interaction with this is like it just gives you a free extender because you use Starfrost and Reichardt to make Baron, and then this inherent summons from Grave. So like it's just like a totally free extra body on top of making Baron.
And it's really strong going into boards going second too.
Yeah, and so like in a lot of times there are scenarios where you can make Baron, but you don't have the third extender to make your Tryhard on top of it. And so this basically just fixes that problem. So you're making Baron turn 1 like way more often now, which is really cool.
That's the full extra, right?
That's the full extra.
I had one question about it. Would you, I don't know how like many Kashtira players you played against, but would you ever consider playing like an Arise Heart in the extra deck? So if they trigger Era, you can go Fenrir, Arise Heart, attack, and then make like a Zeus or something?
To be honest, that probably is something that I should consider. I don't know, I guess I just kind of valued like all the versatility that all these different Link monsters provided me, as opposed to like something that's more of a niche scenario. But considering how like flexible this is and how very little I use a lot of those monsters, that probably is something I should consider at the very least. Yeah, so we got that, and I'll quickly go through this side deck here. A lot of this should look pretty standard. So yeah, going first, obviously, it's going in every time. Judgment. I think like so many decks are playing this right now. It just kind of makes sense. Scareclash is the in-archetype Omni Negate. Negates the effect, does not destroy or negate the activation. So super good card. Obviously, just have it in going first.
This card's insane.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. It has like a first effect where it can like make your main deck Scareclaw's attack and defense, but that never comes up. Just the negate, pretty much, yeah. And those are the 4 going first cards. We got the 3 Radians playing Kaiju. These make sense too. Purely all the and the reason there's 3 in these level 7, I just if I draw 2, I get a level 7, and then like maybe make Baron or something for free. I don't know if playing 3 Radians is correct, but I knew I just needed Kaiju, so. Yeah.
If you played a different one, what would you consider?
I really don't know. I mean, I don't really think it matters with my deck. It just, that's why I figured, maybe a level 7 will come up for Baron. That's the only thing I can think. Or, Borload Savage.
Does the defense stat matter for you, since your Link puts them to defense, right?
Usually not. Like, a monster having, like, high defense is usually not enough to stop me from OTKing. So, yeah. And then just a few more. Yeah, Gamma. I think this was a recent addition. Only going second, obviously. Yeah, it's just really good, And one of the main reasons I put this in is because Shifter hurts the deck so much. So I just really like. And a lot of Cash players main deck Shifter, and they play it going first. So
how often do you make the Savage?
It comes up pretty often. Pretty much anytime I have a Veiler in my hand and it goes to turn 3.
Is there a world where you'd consider trying like Omega over it? Since if you were to get shifted or something, you could Gamma and then you could straight make Omega rip from their hands.
No,
too.
because I never have this going first. Like, there's just no way to bait out a Droll or anything like that. Like without getting a monster.
Normals.
Yeah, because you'll have the monster on field. So yeah, so it just doesn't really make sense. It's literally just for going second.
I see.
Yeah. So that's the reasoning for that. I think Feather Duster. That's pretty generic. In case there's any more back row decks. And then I think everybody should be playing this, right? Dark Ruler no more. Kill Super Heavy Samurai. And just a really good card in this format. So I think that's everything.
You have any closing thoughts?
Not really. It was a fun tournament today. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for the piece of content. I
Yeah,
appreciate
of course,
you.
man. Yeah.